You know I'm from Ohio. And you know Tony and I have all kinds of Ohio State stuff. And I hear this rumble. Fortunately, I can really hear.
Oh, Tony and I like to do that.
Oh, I know, it's fun. I can care less. But don't say that. Don't tell anybody. It's really not my thing. But I smile and nod a lot during, hey, so-and-so, one something, something. I'm like, okay, that's great. All right, so we're going to go to a higher place right now as John plays our opening and Tammy, our opening song, Higher Place.
No more spinning around and around. My life is moving ever upwards. My feet are leaving the ground. Up to a higher place. Up, far beyond this time and space. Up to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Higher place, higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. No more downward, no more darkness, no more wondering the point of it all. My life is destined over greatness. My feet are leaving the ground. Up to a higher place. Up, far beyond the time and space. Up to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Higher place, higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Higher place, higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher
Thanks, everybody. Welcome. I think I just love to soak in the energies after Gail Dobert. And I'm so happy to be here with you on this beautiful wintry morning. You know, it is the middle of November, so we kind of expected this. But I want you to know that Unity of Bay City, if you haven't already felt this, you will. We're a positive, practical path to spiritual living. We're a heart-centered and inclusive community. And wherever you are on your spiritual path, you're welcome here. You're absolutely welcome here. And if you'd like to know a little bit more about what you're feeling, maybe, possibly, a little bit more about Unity of Bay City, we've got these little welcome packets out front on the little table out there. And there's also folks, what? Oh, what? I tried and they wouldn't come on. It takes
It's a Michigander to do it.
Yeah, I use right. Anyway, you can get a tour of the place if you'd like. We've got some painting going on in that middle classroom and the second one. A lot of kind of fun things happening. So take a tour. Even if you've been here before, you might want to look around.
Oh, no.
This is going to be a fun morning. It's time for me to pray us in. But first, I want to acknowledge our wonderful Sunday service team coming to, because it does take all of us to do these services to serve this community. And this morning for the slides and the soundboard is Greg back there in the booth. Hey, Greg. And our musicians today are up here a couple of times. And so, let me see here. Now, we're going to pray. So just take a nice deep breath. And know that however the election came out, we have been using this prayer up until that time. And I felt very safe as I voted last week. And so we take that energy and we pray with our friends across the world in Nepal. Children are like stars of peace. Will we nurture their twinkling star in them, or let them become falling stars? Now is the time to help our world shine. May peace flourish on earth. And as we continue our open hearts and open minds, we pray with our loving hearts and our wisdom, with all of those who are on our hearts this morning and on our prayer lists, which is the same thing as being on our hearts. We're so very grateful to affirm the highest good in and through all of them as we reach for our highest good. We're grateful for our abundance here at UBC and in each of our own lives. Spirit also moves as the energy of money as we allow it to flow generously in and through our lives. We take a breath and vibrate with the rhythms of our Mother Earth, of nature. As the seasons change, so do we. And we know to let go and allow these rhythms to flow through us and as us. Peacefully, lovingly, and with the wisdom and all the gifts that were born into us. We let go now, knowing it is so, and so gratefully so it is. Amen and amen. And we have a vision and a mission statement for Unity of Bay City. And I'd like for you, if you're comfortable with that, share that with me. Together, united in spirit and grounded in the divine, we are a beacon of light for the world. And our mission statement together, we are one community looking within, reaching out, and practicing the principles of love. So it is. And now I will have our lovely platform assistant, Jen.
Well, as you know, I'm Jen, and I'm really happy to be here today. I have one thing to say: go blue. We're 10-0. Although Ohio State is 10-0 too. All right, our annual theme is Passport to Transformation, our evolving journey. For the month of November, it is our intention to shine the light on the country of Nepal and the evolution of strength. Few facts about Nepal today. Music and dancing are favorite pastimes among the people of Nepal. Religious ceremonies require the use of drums and wind instruments that have been preserved from ancient times. Important in most religious and family occasions are devotional songs that have elements of both classical and folk music. These songs have been used by contemporary musical revivalists in an attempt to bridge the gap between the two. Our daily word for today is guidance. And our affirmation is, I use divine wisdom to find my way. Will you please repeat that affirmation with me together? I use divine wisdom to find my way. It's one of those days I left my book right here.
Uh-oh.
I use divine wisdom to find my way. When I'm pondering a perplexing question, or I need to make an important choice, I reach beyond the human reasoning to the limitless wisdom of the divine mind, never further away than my next thought. After clarifying my question and considering my available options, I release the situation, focusing instead on the divine presence within me. I affirm, I am using divine wisdom to show me the way. In prayerful silence, peace comes to me. As I conclude my prayer time and resume my activities, I may experience a flash of insight or a more gradual understanding. However it happens, I can trust my next steps will become clear to me. Confident in the divine guidance, I move forward with calm assurance. Can you please repeat the affirmation with me one more time together? I use divine wisdom to find my way.
Now we use divine wisdom as we move into our heart space for our meditation time today. So find your center, your spot in your chair as you sink deeply into the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. So lovely, we don't even have to think about it. But when we do, when we pay attention to the wonders of this body of ours, breathing in and breathing out so naturally, it can leave us in awe and wonder. Breath breathes us life, breathes us. Feel the breath as your whole body relaxes. You are safe. You are right here, right now, in this moment, in this holy instant. Every instant is holy. No matter where we are, every instant, every breath is whole and holy. Where you are right now, exactly as you are right now, is the perfect vehicle for divine intelligence to flow through us and out into our life and into this beautiful world of ours. Where you are right now, exactly as you are right now, you are the perfect vehicle for divine intelligence, divine love. In our lovely humanness, with all our foibles, we are divine love. So as we move into the silence, just observe the thoughts that will be streaming through your mind, like you're watching a little stream of fishies swimming by on their way somewhere. But just watch them. Don't reach in and catch any of them. They're just your thoughts, our endless stream of thoughts. Watch them. And if you catch one and start talking to that, just return to the breath and watch that. As we move now, into the silence, exactly where you are right now. Yourself without expectation, and just relax into who you are here and now. Others are free to do the same thing. When you can meet yourself without expectation and just relax into who you are right here and right now, others are free to do the same thing. We know that we are one in spirit and truth. We are one. And we allow that to be just right for us and for others. Take a nice deep breath. And let it go. As we move back into this space and hear about the amazing things that is ours to do. Thank you, Mark.
You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is found in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go, and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't have to know right now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out to stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, John, for doing amazing things. They say when you sing, you pray twice. I would like to amend that and say, I'd say half a dozen times right there. Thank you for such gifts. And that's really the kind of what our talk is today, my talk is today, is about the courage to climb. Last week, I talked about, I kind of began the service with a few lyrics from The Sound of Music, Climb Every Mountain. And fortunately for everyone, I did not sing that statement. I just spoke them. So I talked about my love for the mountains and how they inspire me, move me, and how my understanding over the years of knowing why that I get so stirred up around mountains is because, as metaphysically, if we want to go there, going up to the mountain to pray means elevating our thoughts and our aspirations to a spiritual viewpoint. So the more I moved into prayer and meditation over these last 45 years, you know, I was 2 when I started. Over these last 45 years or so, I can see that. I can see, I can see, and I don't need to even live in the foothills of the mountains anymore because they're here. Those are the ones I climb. And then we talked about dreams and about our life. And the stanza, the verse that I like the best is, a dream that will need all the love you can give every day of your life for as long as you live. So this week I'm talking about our spiritual gifts, also called talents. Knowing and understanding our gifts and their origin begins where we left off last week, with our imagination. Because our dreams are our imagination. It's another way to describe it. And that can also be called hope, a wish, an aspiration. In our spiritual truth teachings, it means that we dream or imagine as a collection of thoughts, if you can imagine that are backed by our wisdom, our heart. We put our heart there in that collection of thoughts, and that's called the creative process. And that's how the universal intelligence moves through us to create our lives with us. That's why I talk about how important it is to pay attention. That's my watchword pretty much in life. Pay attention to your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, not to berate ourselves. Why didn't you do that? Oh, I told you. Wisdom told me to turn right and you turn left anyway. What is up with that? Not like that. Like, I really did think that maybe I could have done that way. Even though maybe you didn't. So it's not about bad, good. Remember we talked about the Tao last week, whatever's good is bad and bad is good, How do we actually label that? Because we don't know the far-reaching outcome of all of that. Now our waking dreams, or our imagination, is also a spiritual gift. And believe me when I say that my active imagination needs to be mindfully steered down the roads that I truly want to travel, instead of the roads that I can careen down those mountainsides at top speed to the valley of the shadow, and that is worry. I have 3 kids, of course, worry, and self, mea culpa, being just so critical of myself. So again, back to my spiritual practices, that's what helps me to climb right back up. And sometimes it might take a day or 2 to get a hold of the steering wheel and go back up the mountain in my thoughts, in my mind. And then I can be on that positive road. My higher thoughts, my more positive thoughts, my dreams that need all the love that I can give. As with many things, sometimes dreams can go awry. Well, we think they are. But I came across this story about a writer, Kurt Vonnegut. And I've never heard of him. But this resonated so deeply with the way I thought about my life and about the age that he's talking about when he wrote this. So listen to Kurt's story. When I was 15, he says, I spent a month working on an archaeological dig. That would have been so cool. I was talking to one of the archaeologists one day during our lunch break, and he asked me those kinds of getting to know you questions you ask young people. Do you play sports? What's your favorite subject? And I told him, no, I don't play sports. I do theater. I'm in choir. I play the violin and the piano. And I used to take art classes. And he went, and the teacher said, wow, that's amazing. And he said, or Kurt said, oh no, I'm not any good at any of them. He said that something then that changed his mind forever, and he never forgot. He said, it blew my mind because no one had ever said anything like this to me before. He said, I don't think being good at things is the point of doing them. I think you've got all these wonderful experiences with different kind of skills that all teach you things that makes you an interesting person and enriches your life, no matter how well you do at them. And that honestly changed my life, because I went from failure to someone who hadn't been talented enough at anything to excel, to someone who did things because I enjoyed them, to someone who did things because I enjoyed them. I had been raised in such an achievement-oriented environment, so inundated with the myth of talent, that I thought it was only worth doing if you could win at them. Anybody else identify with that? Boy, howdy, I sure do. Kurt Vonnegut Jr. was an American writer known for his satirical and darkly humorous novels. In a career spanning over 50 years, he published 14 novels, 3 short story collections, 5 plays, 5 nonfiction works, and further collections are still being published after he made his transition. So he's still singing his song. And you know what? He had the courage to climb after his talk with that teacher, and that little bit of friendly wisdom freed him from the need to be the best musician or performer or be a musician at all. Notice how he made his life work, writing. And I bet you he sat down at the piano and just did it because it was fun. He still had that skill. His life was enriched. So enriching our life with hobbies and our vocation that brings us satisfaction and joy is a gift of life. Kurt realized that he could simply enjoy the experience. That's all. Let's say that a person believes he or she has never found their vocation or their special talent that gives them joy. I felt that way for a really long time. My friends seemed to all have talents. They excelled and I never thought, though, to ask them, did they enjoy it? In high school, some of them worked so hard. They were in music practice or in, studying for the highest grade on the SATs. And I never thought, I wonder if they really like that. It didn't occur to me. They were good at it. Last night, my family and I went to the Midland Performing Arts Center, and there was 1,100 people there, all to watch the students perform from Dow High School. It was this music festival, and all the musicians got to perform, from the marching band to the choirs. We have 2 exchange students living with us, one from Norway and one from Germany. And our little Norwegian gal was in one of the choirs. Talk about courage, she just, English is not her first language, but love is. And she was up there singing, and all of there was solos, there was ballet. It was amazing. And I thought about it through this filter of their talent and praying with them that they loved doing it, and that if they didn't go on to Broadway or Hollywood or to the, Ohio State Marching Band or Michigan State Marching Band, that they could still love it. They might go on to be doctors, lawyers, or a clerk at Walmart. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. My dad taught me this by living that example. His thoughts were most assuredly from the high mountains of thought. He wanted to be an electrician and was for a while we all as kids were little. But the industry changed, and this was in the late 50s and early 60s, and all of a sudden you didn't use tubes in a television anymore, because he repaired televisions. And so he didn't have the time or the money, being a father of 4 at that time, to go back to school. So he went and got a job that would pay a decent salary, and I just started crying when I wrote this, because my dad, and I could feel him right here. He drove, he was a doctor. He was a pest doctor. He drove this red truck, and on the side of it there was this big truck-sized roach upside down with its legs in the air, laying on a coffin. This was on the side of the truck he rode every day. He drove every day. Embarrassed us kids like no end. And it said, "Pest doctors, our patients all die." Seriously. My sweet, precious father rode around in this truck. And then he came home. And of course we were like, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." My mom stayed home with all of us and didn't go to her vocation until we were in school, all in school. But he'd come home and late at night, after everybody was down and dinner over and dishes done, he would read Edgar Casey, Norman Vincent Peale, Ernest Holmes. He studied hypnosis. He studied beyond all thought into meditation. And that's where he lived from. That's where he lived from. He was so kind. He treated all of his customers, even those little pests that had to die, with kindness and care. And he got promoted to sales because he was doing, his customers loved him so much. In the New Testament Bible, and I know, don't be shocked, I don't talk about the Bible all that much, but in Paul's letter, and by the way, my dad's name was Paul, in Paul's letter to the Corinthians, in 1 Corinthians 12, 1 through 11, Paul taught that the people of Corinth about their spiritual gifts, and that they come in different ways and through different people, but from the same God, from the same source. And these are a few of these are a few of the gifts. I guess my gift is not coordination. These are the gifts he talked about. These are some of them: wisdom, teaching, encouragement, giving, administration, hospitality, leadership, discernment, faith, serving, prophecies, and knowledge, and on and on. Ernest Holmes called them our 12 powers: imagination, love, faith, strength, wisdom. In the late 1800s, this is how Emily Cady, who was called the teacher of teachers, because she taught Holmes and, somewhat Holmes, but the Fillmores and so many of the New Thought leaders in the late 1800s and into the 1900s. She said this about how we need to look within for our own gift. "Wherefore I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of God which is in thee." Ooh, do you love it? Stir up the gift of God. How do we do that? We stop for a minute and we allow ourselves to feel what that gift is. She says it's all one and the same Spirit. To the greatest success that you do not have to want my gift nor yours. Each wants his own, such as will fit his size and shape, his capacity and desires. And she says, let us not desert our own work, our own God within, to gaze after or pattern ourselves after our neighbors, neither to seek to make their gifts ours. Nor let us criticize others' seeming failure to manifest the gift of healing or any other specific gift. There can be a fuller, more complete manifestation of the divine presence within you. Back then, when these new thought metaphysics started, being a healer was like the bomb, you know? Everybody, if you weren't a healer, or if you couldn't heal yourself, like in Christian Science, then you were not understanding metaphysics. You were not understanding spirit and how to use it. You did it wrong. It's not everybody's gift. And thank goodness it's not. You know, it would be kind of boring. But I tell you, we've got lots of healers in this Unity of Bay City Spiritual Center. I don't know what we'd do without you, Mary Ann. She's one of our beautiful healers. But this is how, if we express them differently, it's helpful, but it can be troublesome for those who don't seem to have a particular gift. I never felt like I did. Here's how Emily Cady put it. The substance of all good really abides in us, that ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you. Do you love all these ye's and stuff? I think it's fun. From my own asking, I was called to ministry. First dentistry, and then ministry. I was a single mom. I needed something that I could actually get a paycheck from right away. and dentistry sparked my gift of my love for people, of communication. And I didn't put that together for a really long time. That's what it is. Thank you. Okay. I didn't play the clarinet very well. Oh my gosh, when we were watching this, all these performances last night, and these kids and all these instruments or their solos, and it reminded me of my, in middle school, junior high school, I played the clarinet for a couple of years, 2 years, tried to march in the marching band. I don't know my left from right, I have to admit. I was like, one night there was a concert, we're all there at the concert, and all the parents were there, and somebody squeaked their clarinet, they missed a note, and all the parents were like, I wonder whose kid that was. It wasn't me that time, but everyone, but see what pressure, see what that does. It's like, get up there and play your hearts out, kids. You squeak if you want to squeak. But I was called to my gift through just paying attention. And so guess what? We can relax about this whole gift thing. When you can meet yourself without expectation and relax into who you are, here and now, others are free to do the same thing. No one is given a specific list of talents to succeed or fall in or fail in. We're born with spiritual gifts and talents, the same gifts, all of us, the same gifts without favoritism from any God out there somewhere doling out gifts to some and not to others. And our gifts grow and shift a bit as we grow and evolve through the years. We live our life in a world of dreams as we were brought into this world of form with so many innate gifts. And each of us has our individualized expression of misusing, underutilizing, overutilizing our gifts. We have choice. I think that's our greatest gift and our greatest foible. We have choice. But life lends us many times to choose and choose again because the gifts don't go away. When we can open up to that something more, that soul level knowing within us, then we can begin to use our gifts to shift our perceptions and begin to draw to us more times of joy, of comfort, of ease. We find our way to a deeper understanding and a more loving attitude toward our own precious self that spills out into the world around us. So here it is. We are all completely and totally equal in spirit, given the same gifts. Everybody. The fun part is that we are each individualized expressions of that one life form from which we all come. And our dreams are unlimited. You know, those dreams that take all the love you can give every day of your life for as long as you live. You, my friend, hold all the gifts you seek. Right here and right now. And so it is.
Will our ushers please come forward? This is a time in our service to share of our financial gifts and tithes for this ministry. If you are here for the first time, please allow this service to be a gift from us. Please join me in stating the affirmation together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am enough. I have enough. There is enough.
Someday I'm going to climb that mountain. Climb every mountain, search high and low, follow every byway, every path you know. Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow till you find your dream. A dream that will need all the love you can give. Every day of your life, for as long as you live. Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow till you find your dream. A dream that will need all the love you can give. Every day of your life, for as long as you live. Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow till you find your dream.
Nicely done. It wasn't Julie Andrews, but by golly, that was good. I can just see her up there on the Sound of Music Hill. She's on the mountaintop. It's like this. Yeah, I probably rolled down the hill, but. Oh, feel the joy in this room.
Oh, yeah.
Feel the joy in this room. Feel the love in this room. And we know that these gifts are a token of that love. A token of what flows through us and as us and blesses us mightily. It's to continue the work, the way, the will of Spirit here and now and going forward. We're so, so grateful. Thank you. Where's the bulletin?
This?
If you didn't get one of these, pick it up. It's not back there. Hopefully you did. Share this with your friends and neighbors. This isn't just a UBC thing. Sorry, I'm skipping ahead.
Oh, that's okay. We seem all out of order today. All right. Thanks to everyone who participated in Fall Faith last weekend, from people who donated things, people who purchased things, people that played the games, people that helped serve food.
For the MC.
Oh, yeah.
Help the auctioneer.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. It was a really great time, and we actually raised quite a bit of money. The total for right now is $4,502. And we still have some donation cards coming in, so that may even go higher. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Fall Faith, that's our one fundraiser we do a year, and all of the money goes into our general fund to help us keep the lights on and pay for things that we need to continue to have these services and fun events that we have around here.
Yes. Yes. My turn.
We're a little off our game today.
Next Sunday is November the 20th. What? The week before Thanksgiving. And so we're going to have a tea, a Nepali tea service. It's actually going to look more probably like an English tea. But, you know, we're doing the best we can. Carrie and Nancy are going to bring tea and tea cakes and all kinds of fun little things. And everyone's welcome to bring something if you want to add to it. Nepalese food is a lot like Indian food. Soups, curries, vegetables, salads. Lean meat, pickles, and curd. Like tomatoes, chilies, coriander, garlic, mustard, or those kind of things. Recipes can be found online, or just bring your favorite thing if you like to. Or just come and enjoy it.
So November 20th is the tea, and then November 27th, please, 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 for those of you who don't know, I'm the decorator here in the church. And on the 27th is the one time that I ask for people to stay and help, because that is the day that we get ready for Christmas and Advent by candlelight by putting up our large angel tree and some other trees around the church. I do have a few Christmas angels who will help me then during the week put the rest of the stuff up. So please, if you can, even if you could just stay an hour after service, it would be very helpful.
She's the one I talked about last week who I said, oh, can we do 12 trees because we've done 12 countries this year? She said no. I couldn't imagine no.
I'm working on learning how to say no. I don't say it very often, so I said no.
And I was proud. I was proud. Okay. All right. Advent by Candlelight has been a wonderful ongoing service that Unity of Bay City's done for quite a while. And this year it's going to look a little different. We're going to have, and it's going to be December 2nd at 6:30, I need to tell you that. So it's an evening, it's a December gathering of meditation, of healing sounds. We have a beautiful indoor labyrinth that we're going to unveil that evening. Lots of candlelight. And hors d'oeuvres and beverages and music in the social hall. So it's just going to be a beautiful evening where you can move around to these different areas as you like, and or just find one and stay put. So just please come, and just with an open heart, and if you want a little bit of that Christmas spirit that really lasts all year if we let it, and just be together and have this December gathering. So there it is.
And then the exciting event that Gail was putting up here is the Santa Workshop Make and Take. This is on December 10th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
It's a Saturday.
Yep, it's a Saturday. And what we are going to do is we're going to have some of our fellow artists in the community bring in some projects, some make and take projects. So you can come in and participate in all the projects, or you can pick one table and do that. For example, I'm bringing in things for you to make a Christmas wreath, and when you leave, you get to take the nice wreath home. I'll have all the materials here for you. There is a cost for some of the projects just because of the supplies and such that are needed, but they'll be very limited. And we're also going to be having a bake sale that day. So if anyone has a special dish that they'd like to bring in to donate to the bake sale, that would be really appreciated. But it's just a very fun, casual event to hang out, get to know each other, listen to some Christmas music, and make some art. You know, do stuff with our hands. Like she said, you don't have to be an expert in it. You just have to come and enjoy the process of being involved.
And we'll have some kid-friendly ones too.
Yes.
So if you want to bring your grandkids or your kids, depending on what their age. So it's from little to, you know, age is not a factor here.
And I have one last quick announcement that Andrea and Connie asked me to put on, is they are looking for people to talk to them and maybe adopt a Sunday where you actually come in and get the coffee ready for people. Possibly you could even get together with a couple friends and bring in the food and then and take care of the cleanup. So if you're interested in helping with a Sunday so we can continue our hospitality, see Connie and Andrea and they can give you the details.
Do you have the gift of hospitality?
Yes.
We all do. All right. Any questions or anything anybody else wants to add? Mary Ann?
Well, one is blessings for the service.
Nice. Today, yes. Today is the second Sunday, and we have our healing group that meets. Well, it's not the first classroom; it's the second one, because the first one is kind of full of paint supplies and things. And then, but the Oneness Blessing, you just stay here in the sanctuary up front here, and the Oneness Blessing givers will come around and just wash this blessing over you. It's just a beautiful thing. And thank you, Mary Ann.
Can I add something?
Yes, ma'am.
Great Lakes Bay Pride is hosting a Transgender Day of Remembrance potluck here at Unity on November
19th.
I'm sorry, it's November 19th. The original day of memorial service of Transgender Day of Remembrance is November 20th. However, we're hosting a Transgender Day of Remembrance potluck to celebrate those still here on November 19th, right here in the fellowship hall at 4 p.m.
Okay, so the first one on November 20th is at another church, and they'll have a service there. But the one here at Unity of Bay City is on the 19th, the day before that. And it's at 4 o'clock, and it's a potluck. If you want to come and remember those transgender folks who have forged the way for the acceptance and the support of our transgender community, and celebrate those who are still here and continue that support, and we continue to support them through that process, that very brave and amazing process. So for UBC here at Unity Bay City, that's the 19th at 4 here, and it's a potluck. So anything else? Okay, all right. How about we affirm something wonderful is happening through us right now and then sing our peace song? How about that? Everybody stand if you are comfortable doing so. And let's share this together. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It's happening in my mind. It's happening in my body. It's happening in my life. I think it. I feel it. I allow it.
so it is.
Amen. And now we're going to sing our peace song. John, please.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, and peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in mercy.